as we approach Easter, I want to take a quick minute to sort of look at a simple question that comes with Easter. Now, some of you for Easter, may be about, bunnies and baskets. That's fine. But what Easter is really about is Jesus. So the question is this: who is this Jesus? And we're going to look at it from a different standpoint than maybe some people do. I want us to look at the question, putting aside theology for now. We're going to look at who is Jesus under, just logically speaking, no theology involved, under one assumption, and that assumption is this: that the Bible is a historically accurate document. Keyword historically. Again, we're putting aside theology. I'm not saying for right now we're not going to say it's the Word of God. We're not going to say it's anything other than just a historically accurate book. So what do I mean by that? Well, in other words, it accurately depicts what people said and did when it's depicting history. So the Gospels accurately depict Jesus' life and what he said. So, what did Jesus say? Well, he said repeatedly that he was God. He repeatedly said that he would die and then will be raised again. He repeatedly said that he had the power over death, that he had the power over life, that he was the way to God, that no one could come to God except through him. He repeatedly said all these types of things. So logically, going from the viewpoint that the Bible is historically accurate, and real quick we're going to talk about that, historical accurate. The closest book to the Bible as far as document reliability, being able to reliably look at it textually and determine, yes, this is accurate to the source material, is Homer's, it's either the Iliad or the Odyssey, I don't remember which. And for it, they have hundreds of sources of early sources of that document that are all the same. So they say it's accurate. They have hundreds now, and their early sources are like, I want to say 500-600 years after it was originally written. The Bible, the New Testament specifically, they have, at the last time I looked into this, they had like 2,500, 3,000 early source documents of the New Testament that, other than simple punctuation and things like that, grammar, little small transcription errors, match the earliest ones they have to the latest ones they have. Okay, that 2,500, 3,000, something like that, which is way more than they have for Homer's Iliad or Odyssey. And then, to go with that, their early source materials were written, some of them within decades of the events described. So, from a logical, historical standpoint, putting aside all theology, all claims of the Bible that is true, it's a historically accurate document. That's hard to question. So, that being said, and it having said what it said, Jesus saying that he is God, that he is the way, the truth, the life, that he would die and be risen again, that he was the Lord of the grave, all these things that are said about Jesus and that Jesus said about himself, we have three different options for who is this Jesus. Okay? Option one, he's an absolute nutcase. if he said all the things he said, and he believed them without a doubt, and they're not true, then he's a pathological psycho. Okay? So, that's option one. Option two is that he's a pathological liar. In other words, none of the stuff he said was true, and he knew it, but he said it anyway. So, he could be a pathological psycho, meaning he believed everything he said, but it just wasn't true. He can be a pathological liar and manipulator, meaning he knew it wasn't true, but he said it anyway. Or, option three, he is who he said he is. That's your three options. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, he was a good person. He's a good teacher. It's like, well, because if he was a good teacher, but he lied the whole time, or he was wrong the whole time, he wasn't a very good teacher, was he? So, as Easter is upon us, think about this and realize that no matter who you are, no matter what you think about the existence of God, the person of Jesus, whatever, you're going to have to make a choice. There is no option to sit it out and wait it out and see what happens. That's making a choice. And there's two choices. You can believe him, or you cannot. If you believe him, if he is who he says he is, he's Lord, he's God. If you don't believe him, well, that same Bible that we're going on the assumption of is factually accurate has something to say about that too. It says that one day every tongue will confess and every knee will bow. So you can either do it in this life or in the next, so to speak. Happy Easter.